The opening bell has rung, and we're already off and running. And the Dow Industrials are up a half percentage point, 168 points. About two-thirds or almost three-quarters of the Dow 30 are in the green. There is some buying this morning. How about the S&P 500? Also higher. The Dow's up a half percentage point. S&P up a half percentage point, just better than that. The Nasdaq Composite also up two-thirds of 1%. Show me big tech. I'll bet they're all on the upside. Yes, sir, they are. Apple, 161, Amazon, 136, Meta, 162, Alphabet, 115, and Microsoft back up to 277. Some big names reported before the bell this morning. They include Moderna. It must have done well because it's up 5%, Laura.
Yeah, so their sales rose 9% in the quarter. They're still selling COVID vaccine. It's not all positive. Their profits fell because they made too much vaccine. Then doses expired, and it cost them $500 million in the process. But all in, a good report, and the board then authorized a new $3 billion share repurchase program. That always helps us.
Oh, that always $3 billion worth of... Oh, yeah, that'll help. Okay. Under Armour, they cut their profit target, or somebody did.
Yes, they did.
But it's up 3.8%.
Isn't this amazing? They actually came out and said, especially towards the end of the quarter, we had a lot of inventory. We had a customer that wasn't shopping as much, so we cut prices in order to move the items, get them off the shelves. At the same time, they're paying more to ship these items and even get them to their stores. The stock was down in the pre-market, but investors are going through this report, and they might see something encouraging for this stock to have turned.
But it's a pretty broad-based rally across the board, and Under Armour gets a little advantage out of that. When everybody else is going up, they go up a little bit too. CVS, let's see where they are. They're up as well.
CVS helped.
4%.
They lifted their full-year profit forecast. You always want to see the lift. They see a strong demand for insurance that they're starting to offer, and test kits for COVID. The management said, look, 4 million sold in the second quarter, and going forward, 19 million is what they expect. So people are still going in and buying COVID tests. Yes.
I don't see many people testing these days.
I think a lot of people just don't want to know.
Exactly.
If you feel fine, no problems here.
Here's the one that I really want to see. That is Airbnb.
Yeah,
now, I know they had a huge jump in revenues. Can you explain why they're down 6%?
I don't have conviction in my explanation because it was a terrific report card.
You're honest.
The reason that they're down is that the record growth that they saw in this past quarter, it's tepid for this current quarter. They can't keep increasing the growth rates. The report card was amazing. The number of nights booked hit an all-time high, right? Their revenue that they charge per night went up a little bit, 1%, $164. That's cheaper than a hotel, so you would think you'd continue to bring in demand. And they turned a profit for the first time since 2020. So it was a great report card, but analysts don't think so today. A slew of them coming out and cutting their price targets on the stock. They don't like the forecast. I would parallel this to what we saw from Marriott. Good report card yesterday, but then investors say, well, can you really keep up this rapid record growth? And maybe they don't think with the slowing economy that we can.
Now, those analysts. All right, moving on. Match Group, another dating operation.
Yep.
Huge drop. Look at them go to 21.
Oh, wow.
What is it? Oh, we're not, not me, but other people are not dating so much in the pandemic?
Well, maybe not paying to subscribe to these apps, Match, Tinder, Hinge, OkCupid, that help you date. So, yeah, this stock is losing a fifth of its value today. There's a couple of problems. The CEO of Tinder is suddenly out after just a year. They had a downbeat forecast for this current quarter, and now they're cutting back. They're cutting back on their marketing. They're cutting back on their hiring. So these big plans that they had for stuff like dating in the metaverse and paying for it with virtual currencies, maybe that won't happen. I know that's so exciting to so many people. A date in the metaverse.
Everybody knows why I'm laughing. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because you're laughing, and I'm thinking of you trying to date in the metaverse, and it is the highlight of my August so far. It's a beautiful image.
Dream on, son. Right. The activist investors known as Elliott Management, they've revealed they've got a big stake in PayPal.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know how big a stake and what are they going to do with it?
A $2 billion stake is the answer. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I can give you some ideas. They could beef up Venmo, which is very popular, and PayPal owns it. Cut costs, right? If you look at PayPal's expenses, they're almost double some of their peers. But what about buying Pinterest? And I say Pinterest because Elliott is also the largest shareholder in Pinterest. So is there some way that these two pandemic winners that both start with a P and have Elliott Management as a huge investor, can they come together?
Interesting
Throwing
question.
it out there.
And the investors want to know the answer, too. Then we have Starbucks. I know they reported, it was late yesterday, after the bell, I know that. How did they do in China?
Not good. Down 44% looking at their
Whoa,
quarterly
you're
sales.
kidding.
Well, they're locked down. What do you expect? You can't do anything in China. But their U.S. numbers were fantastic. What are people doing? They're getting in the car. Well, okay, maybe not 5 days a week. But they're getting in the car 3 days a week, driving to work and stopping by the Starbucks drive-thru. U.S. same-store sales up 9% in the quarter. Morning coffee, the morning breakfast menu, is half of their overall quarterly revenue, and cold drinks are responsible for 3/4 of that.
And we are drinking Starbucks again.
You will
Big
never
time.
go out and buy $5 or $4, whatever you call it. It is very expensive, by the way. But other people are. The return to normalcy, the morning routine of buying an expensive coffee. Do you do that, Todd?
I do not. I make my own coffee. By the way, I'm very impressed by your "This is how you drive," by the way. I thought that was a very good visual for the audience.
And I buy my Starbucks every day at the drive-thru, and I put it in my...
I'm like Stuart.
Yeti.
I'm cheap, man.
So
I make this stuff at home.
Yeah,
I know
make
you
it at
guys
home.
are.
It's free. You get it. It's free at
Free here
Fox.
too, yeah.
But
Why are
certain
you paying
coffee
$4 or $5?
tastes better than other
It
coffee.
Has
does.
it got caffeine in it? That's
It
the
does.
question.
And I'm actually outraged by the price of my Starbucks coffee every
Good.
day. $1.25 to add sweet cream to a regular coffee.
Oh,
outrageous.
They see
Agreed.
you coming. They see you coming a mile
We
up.
got a trainer, Stuart.
I'm trying. Check that big board, because we're up 200 points. I call that a pretty good rally after yesterday's sell-off. The tension around Taiwan has eased a little. Up goes the market. Dow winners. Who's the leader there? I'll tell you when I get it on the screen. It is Nike. It's up 2.25%. Disney's up there too. American Express, Salesforce, Home Depot. S&P 500. The top story there is Unum Group. PayPal's on that list. That's an 11% gain. And Moderna is now up 9%. So that's going up nicely, Moderna. NASDAQ winners. Any big tech on there? PayPal, Regeneron, Gilead, Okta, Microchip. No big tech. How about the 10-year Treasury? There's a headline for you. This time yesterday, when there was all that tension around Taiwan, the yield on the 10-year Treasury was down to 2.51, 2.50%. Now it's all the way back up again to 278. That's one of the biggest moves in bonds that I've seen in a long time. Gold, is it at $1,800 an ounce? No, $1,784. Bitcoin, has it reached $24,000? No, it's $23,400. Oil, has it got to $100? No, it's 94. Nat gas actually going down a bit more, 766. And gasoline, that's down too. Couple of cents lost every day. 4.16 is the average for regular. California, it is 5.56.